Alrighty, what is up, y'all? Spencer K back for episode 38. Big 38, man. It is moving quick. Episode 50 is approaching fast. I think with episode 38, I think my last series got to 41 or 42 episodes, to be honest, but it was never really an established series. It was just kind of me editing live stream VODs and then uploading them. So, yeah, I mean, this series is by far like the most consistent and most structured that I've ever done. It is awesome. I'm having a blast with it. And remember how a few episodes ago I said I'm not going to do two-part episodes, like where in the first half I do one thing, in the second half I do another thing. Well, that didn't last long because that is exactly what we have planned for today. But recently, guys, I've been asking you on my YouTube channel, on my community page, or I guess my posts page, I don't know, but I've been typing out questions with screenshots and I've gotten some answers. We are going to name a couple more villages today. I've had some awesome suggestions, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And the first one we are going to rename is right here, the village west of the Kiwi villages. But before I do that, I have to craft some stuff that I've been putting off that I keep forgetting about, and let's go over those things real quick. Now, first things first, and it's going to be the most expensive one, it's going to be a mega torch. I have been trying to put a mega torch in every single village just as a kind of first line of defense for the village against me. It seems like every time I go to a village, dude, the villagers get absolutely rocked. So that is going to be an important first step, I think, in protecting villages. So let's craft a couple of mega torches. Alrighty, and there you guys go. That is enough for 6 mega torches. And if this mod is new to you, if this is your first episode, or you don't know what a mega torch is, if you happen to miss one of the previous episodes where I talked about it, it is a way to prevent hostile mobs from spawning within a certain radius. Now, I cannot remember the radius off the top of my head. It's not super big. It's either 50 or 100 blocks. It's just a couple of chunks. And with some of the other mods I have, like zombie awareness, it actually doesn't prevent the zombies from sensing the villagers like 200 blocks away and then proceeding to walk over and screw over the village. So it just prevents the zombies from spawning within the village. It doesn't prevent them from spawning outside of the village and then walking in and taking it over. So it's not super overwhelming or overpowering, but it is a good first line of defense. So a zombie can't spawn inside of a villager's house. That's kind of what I'm going for. I have one right here, and every time there's a blood moon, you can see I get attacked. Zombies spawn all the way around me, and they proceed to come over here and try to knock my door down. So it is a great tool, but it's not too OP. The next thing, and I do have quite a few of these, or I did craft quite a few of these already, and I went around and placed them in a bunch of villages, but I ran out. I crafted like 8 of these, and I used them all already. But there's still plenty of villages without this. It's a storm deflector or a weather deflector. Essentially what it does, if there's a hurricane, a tornado, whatever nasty type of weather is coming, this thing will deflect it and protect the village. Huge tool. We've already seen once we had a mass casualty event when a hurricane or tornado nailed one of my villages and proceeded to pretty much wipe them all off the face of the earth. It wasn't pretty. It was actually pretty sad, if I may say so, because we spent a lot of time in that village. But we are going to craft a couple of these. Oh, that's crazy. I am good by 2 redstone. I almost ran out of redstone there. We almost were not able to do what I wanted to. How did you get in my house? I don't know how he got in here. The door was open, but I don't think a spider can fit through that door. I don't know. I'm not here to ask questions. If I start asking questions, we see what happens, and I always end up having a bad time. So let's not ask questions. All right, so we got a storm deflector or weather deflector, and now 6 mega torches. I guess I'll mention it just because it was, or it happened while I was sorting my inventory before the episode actually started. I did have a blood moon the night before I started recording, just in case you see that message. That is what happened. Nothing eventful. I just sorted my inventory. Next thing, though, that I want to tackle, let's talk about this first. So I've been working on the Kiwi village. So we're going to go west of the Kiwi village. You can see I've expanded the farm since last time. If you guys remember last episode, the farm ended about right here. That was it. It didn't, go all too far. But we put in a ton of work, and we are just about done with that farm. And another thing I did is I filled up my entire backpack with kiwis and kiwi seeds. If you guys remember the episode where I built this, I have some automatic farms, and you can see they're just going to town harvesting kiwis for me. Look at all that, man. I just emptied this too, so it is absolutely trucking. What we are going to do, oh my good, we're going to get a good lag spike is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and grab 5 potatoes. I have a lot of potatoes in storage, but I think we have enough kiwi. No, let's let it ride. I was going to say we're going to switch back potatoes, but I think we are okay. I am going to grab a couple of potatoes and cook them. because while we are going to go to these villages, rename them, deck them out, protect them a little bit, I'm also going to drop off some food. I've had a problem with a lot of the villages I go to immediately starving, and I'm not a big fan of that. You can see I already have a row of potatoes in my backpack there, but the more the merrier is what I say. So we are going to grab a little extra. I even have some stew and some bread for these guys, so we should have plenty of food for all the villages we discover. But without further ado, I think we have everything. Let's go ahead and check out that village west of the Kiwis. Alrighty, we're in the village west of the Kiwis. We are still lagging. If you were concerned about us lagging or losing frames, don't worry, that is still happening. Do not be concerned. We already have a weather deflector here, mainly because that is my iron golem farm right there, and then that is my little Vindicator farm next to it. So these guys were getting beat up while I was over there trying to farm those buildings, and not good, or not, I mean, they were getting beat up by storms. I would obviously sleep the night away or go away if there's a blood moon. But now we have a mega torch down, so this village should officially be safe from mobs spawning within its own borders. And that may be useful because we have a slime island up there, which the slime, they don't hurt villagers, but they've been falling down and absolutely decimating the village. You can see they're destroying crops and everything. Poor farmers have to be sad, man. They start planting stuff, and these slimes start falling from the sky and just creaming their crops, man. Not good, not good at all. I'm actually standing on the storage building, I believe, and yes, I was, because it is incredibly inaccessible. That is how you know it is a storage building. You can see I've already dropped off some potatoes and stuff, so actually I'm not going to drop off any more. They should be good to go. You know what, I'll drop off one singular potato. Hopefully that carries the village a long distance. Maybe, maybe not. But all right, what am I doing, man? I got to name the village. Alrighty, and the name suggestion comes from Sebastian. I don't know why that was a tongue twister for me. Don't ask me to say that 3 times fast. But they suggested a really cool idea where we name this village the Phonic Hills because it is surrounded by hills. Let me go ahead and bounce up and show you. I think you can kind of tell when we were bouncing into here, but it has some really pretty green hills all the way around it. Almost like a really neat farming community. It has some biomes around it that I think are really pretty. That little forest there. Maybe I should just get back up on a roof. And then you got another flower biome and all that, and then the redwoods not too far. But also, because it's proximity to the Kiwi villages, they suggested that this village be a neutral ground for the 2 Kiwi villages to resolve any disputes they may have. So we may have to come back here and kind of make it like a Geneva style area. I don't know, make it like a peaceful place with maybe some meeting tables or like some important buildings, maybe like a UN style building. I don't know, I'm just making shit up, but I absolutely loved the idea. So we're going to go ahead and name it that. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Let's see if I can remember how first. And there we go. The village has been named. I absolutely love that because on the map, you can see the hills really well. You can see it in person too, but I just think they pop out really well on the map. I absolutely love seeing every single one of these villages get a name. I think it just makes the world feel so much, I don't know, more unique. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good word for it. Anyone could play Minecraft and find villages and, raid it and just forget about it. But I think naming the villages gives each village and gives the world a little bit more personality. Like no other world's going to have the Kiwi village dispute, right? That is because of you guys. That is, I think, purely this world, this Let's Play. That is awesome. That is really cool. I really like that. Phonic Hills, Smoky Spires, all these other names you guys have suggested. I absolutely love them all. Once again, I can't thank you guys enough for, contributing to this series. It's not just me making up names. It's not just me doing everything. You guys are giving me ideas and all this cool stuff, and I really do appreciate that. One thing I forgot to grab is a sign. Luckily, I had one left over. I wanted to go in like these storage buildings and type your guys' ideas out. This village is supposed to be kind of a neutral ground for the Kiwi villages, so I want to put that down. So if I ever come back here and start building up the village, which I will, I say if I do, it's more of a matter of when I do, because it's probably going to be a while, let's be honest. But when I come back here and start working on the village, I want it to be in writing so I don't forget it, because who knows how long it's going to be. Hopefully I spelled all that correctly. Who knows? Who actually knows? One thing to know is this village is not going to have a waste stone. There's just nothing here at the moment. I mean, there's that, I guess, but the Kiwi village waste stone is so close. I just don't want to have another waste stone here. I think that just kind of waste a waste stone. I might as well just bounce to and from the villages here. But with that, man, this village is one I've been wanting to name for a while. The next village we are going to name is just right over here to the east of the Kiwi villages and to the east of Smoky Spires. And that's going to be this village here on the bay. Another really, really, really cool village. I wanted to name it Bay something or something Bay. And you guys, once again, helped me out and chose something with the word Bay in it. Couple of things to note. I am in Smoky Spires bouncing to the new village. There's some iron in that cave, and you know me, I can't pass up iron. I don't think Smoky Spires, despite having a name, has a weather deflector or a Megatorch. I'm going to go ahead and do a lap real quick. I think it'd be on top of this church building if it did. Yeah, okay, I'm glad we stopped here because that is definitely concerning. I don't see either. So let's go ahead and grab one Megatorch and one weather deflector. And let's go ahead and put those down. I wonder if I could stack them just on top of each other. I probably can. I'm a little concerned that if I do, it won't work as well. Yeah, I could probably stack them, but we'll go ahead and put the Megatorch on top of this roof here. We'll put the weather deflector over there. I'm going to bounce up high one more time. I just really want to make sure I don't already have one. And I am not seeing one. So cool. Glad we stopped here. We're going to go ahead and sleep the night away while we're here anyway. Alrighty, we have made it to the next village. And I don't think this one has a storm deflector either. Are you kidding me? I wonder what villages I went to. I swore I hit these two villages and dropped a storm deflector, but I do not see anything. So once again, good thing we crafted a bunch. We're going to go ahead and put one of each down. We'll put a storm deflector there. And I'm trying to put the mega torches in the most centered part of town possible. I guess it'd be smarter for me to put it on the same building everywhere just so I know where it is. But nope, there it is. We should have one of each now in this village. And this village's name was suggested by Big Stanky Fish, which I love the username, by the way. And they suggested that we rename this village after one of their favorite scuba diving spots called Kings Bay. Now, they say in real life it has a manatee statue, and that we should try to build that in the game as well. I can't promise the statue would be any good or that I would do it anytime soon, but I would love to give it a shot. But when I asked for a suggestion for this village's name, I wanted to include the word Bay, and they absolutely helped me out there with Kings Bay. And I think that's a perfect name for it too, Kings Bay. I think I made a joke here when I came to this village in a previous episode that I was the overruling or overlord supreme ruler. I don't know. I'm making stuff up now at this point, but I really like the name, so we're going to go ahead and go with that. And there you go, Kings Bay. I love this village so much, man. There's two islands, and the village connects the mainland to the two islands. That is really, really cool. We'll have to come back. And there's a factory here, by the way. That's just really, really cool. I like that. Uh-oh. Someone's getting smoked by a zombie over there. That's not good. Yup, there they are. So you can see it's daytime, and a zombie spawned in a cave outside of the village and still proceeded to walk into the village. So by no means with the Megatorch down is this village invincible. You know what? I may double back. I don't think I checked the last village if they had enough. Oh my god, these guys definitely have enough food. And oh yeah, they already have potatoes and wood. I mean, these guys are absolutely killing it in the wood game. My goodness, they are killing it. But I didn't check that last village, and there's no waystone in this village. I must have stolen it at some point. I'm going to go ahead and place it back. Now that this village has a name, has a little bit of a story to go with it, I think it is deserving of a waystone. Smoky Spires has a waystone. Okay, yeah, I didn't think it did, but yeah, it's only one experience point, so let's go ahead and go there. Obviously, it took me to the waste point, but where is the town storage? Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, the storage is accessible. And they do have wooden tools, but they did not have any potatoes. So cool. Glad we came back. Alrighty. I am not at the next village we're going to name, but I did teleport all the way to the fur village up north here. Because the next village I am going to is this wasteland village. And I don't think there's a waypoint in that village for very good reasons. There's an absolutely radioactive structure taking the village over. I don't think we want a waystone there, teleport into the middle of that. That would be bad. But the fur village, as far as I know, doesn't have a weather deflector or a Megatorch. So we're just going to go ahead and put both of those up here as well. I'm going to do a lap just to verify that. This village is a little bit harder to navigate since it's covered in trees. This is another really cool village. If you guys have name suggestions for this one, please feel free to drop them. We're going to drop off some taters as well, because who doesn't like some taters? And yeah, I am getting some good lag spikes, but I cannot see anything, so I think this is another village that we have now protected with the Megatorch and the weather deflector. Good news there. How could I complain? How could I complain about that? It does have a waystone. We're going to leave that waystone because, like I said, I think it's the closest one to that radioactive village. Okay, I do have my Geiger counter on me still. I do kind of want to let the radiation get to its max distance. I don't know if that's the right terminology for this, but I want it to fully expand. It slowly expands in kind of a circle and gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it reaches its full size. It's not just like, bam, it just goes all the way out immediately. It looks like it is not a blood moon, which is great news for me. But I do want to put a waystone down in this village. I think that would be really cool. I'm going to have to put it on the far side, or maybe not directly in the village, maybe a little ways away from the village. I think it is good. I think that is the full radius of that thing, which is decent. It is a pretty big radius, but it's not too big. I would love to come back to this village and kind of scoot it back a little bit. You can see, yeah, right here, I'm in the radiation. So if a villager comes to where I am standing now, they will more than likely die. However, if they are right here in the village, they should be fine. So, sorry, I got distracted. I ate breakfast real quick and came back. I don't know where I left off, but yeah, no, I'm pretty much on. See that you can see it's still expanding. So this village is very well not in the clear. But if I could move it back a little bit, I feel like that would be cool. Or if maybe I should just put everything down real quick and then get out of here, because maybe I should evacuate some of these villagers. Either way, yeah, see, I mean, it's kind of a lost cause at this point. Anyway, but this village's name started out when I got a comment from Funeral that said this village needs a name. It's basically this world's very own version of Pripyat, which is the town that Chernobyl is in. Yeah, they're going to start getting smoked. Well, how did he get smoked over there? Was that a landmine? He must have stepped on a landmine or something. I don't know how they would have taken 14 damage all the way over there. Although a lot of these guys are radiated. You can see particles coming out of them. And that's not a good thing at all. So I don't know, man. But they're absolutely right. If you don't know what Chernobyl is, I'd look it up. It is one of the worst radiation disasters, nuclear power disasters in human history, if not the worst. I know there's a couple others that just people don't know as well. But yeah, I thought Pripyat was a really, really cool name. Now, I want to give honorable mentions, and we may do this because who knows, there could be other villages that have radiation and stuff in the future. Tammy agreed that Pripyat's a really good name, and so I think that's 2 or 3 votes now for Pripyat. But we also had a honorable mention named like a Uranium City or Yellow Cake Boomtown, and hopefully I'm pronouncing these correctly, but they said names such as Yerevan or Moab. I really like Moab too. That's probably my second choice if Pripyat was not the #1 choice. But all those suggestions were made by Insomni, hopefully Insomni. I'm sorry if I am mispronouncing your names. I am absolutely terrible at pronunciation, so I apologize. But we're going to name this Pripyat. If we find another village with radioactive borders or anything like that, or we could build another at some point too. I mean, we could build our own normal village right on the edge of something radioactive. I am way the hell over here in this biome going to be building a lot of farms, and now you can see this biome also borders a very radioactive area, so we could name this neck of the woods after Moab or something. Just spitting ideas here, and I am going to be honest, this does seem like kind of a waste, but we are going to put a mega torch down and a weather deflector. This village already has to deal with unhealthy amounts of radiation, so I feel as if I have to do them a favor and give them these 2 tools just so they don't have to worry about storms and mobs as much. I feel like that would be really bad. You got to worry about storms, mobs, and oh yeah, there's a radioactive wasteland right next to your village. Good luck. Yeah, this village is doomed. Let's boogie out of here. Actually, let me double check the waystone. I don't think there was one. I think, yeah, I already mined the waystone. We're going to put it back here on the back end of the village. I feel like it'll be safe over here. And that way when I teleport here, I don't spawn in radiation because I feel like that would be bad news. And just double checking my spelling, that is how you spell Pripyat. I just realized I didn't rename the village at all. I just talked about renaming it and then I said, yep, that's good. And I was about to leave. Let's actually rename the village. There we go, Pripyat. We have renamed the 3rd village of the episode. And with that, those are all 3 villages that I wanted to rename in the first part of this episode. If you guys want to suggest names or you have any ideas for any other villages or any fun ideas, feel free to comment in this video or just stay tuned and keep looking in my community post tab or just, stay up to date with my channel. And whenever I post a new village or a new structure, feel free to drop some suggestions. Then we have plenty of villages and structures to name still, so don't think you are missing out. Thank you to everyone once again who has contributed to naming villages. Absolutely means a lot. I think we've gotten some really awesome names too. So this is where the episode's going to get a little bit tricky, and I'm going to have to lock in because we are going to mess with the HBM Nuclear Tech mod yet again. It has been a while. It has been a long while since we've messed with this mod. And that's for a couple of reasons. I think reason A is because I wanted to have enough material. I wanted to make sure I had enough resources, material, in order to do the next couple of steps in this mod. I didn't want to start it, realize I didn't have enough material, have to do a 3-hour mining trip, come back. It just makes making episodes way, 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 way more difficult than it needs to be. I have plenty of material that I've gathered from raiding, as well as I think we're going to have plenty of resources to complete the next step. The first thing is going to be relatively easy. We need a liquid container, or not even. I think we need a cooling tower, actually. I think we need a cooling tower to turn this low pressure steam back into water. And so, I mean, because I don't want to get rid of, yeah, look at that. I don't want to get rid of all this power. I could destroy this, and then that would clear out all this steam, but then I would lose 100 million MHE of power, which is the absolute max this thing can hold. Do not want to do that. So we're going to need to make a cooling tower. And if I remember, a cooling tower, it's a little bit difficult to craft the first time. I don't think it's too bad after you acquire the steel anvil, but I think a steel anvil is a little difficult. Maybe not. Oh, we only need an iron anvil. Oh, okay. Maybe that's not bad at all. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This may be easy. All right, iron anvil. Let's see, steel anvil, we need to take a iron anvil plus 10 steel, and we need to do it in another iron anvil. So I actually need 2 iron anvils. I was like, yeah, something's not adding up here. I'm missing a step. So there we go. We got 2 iron anvils. Let's go ahead and place this one. I don't know, I guess right here. That's kind of in the way, but I can't care. I don't really care. And then there we go. We got ourselves a steel anvil. We'll go ahead and place that right next to it. Now I got to go to bed. Now here's the tricky thing. It says a tier 3 anvil, and I don't know what that is. So am I doing this correctly? No, it's a tier 2. Okay. How do we turn it into a tier 3 anvil? Okay, so I'm kind of figuring it out. This thing over here to the right just does not do a good job of explaining it. The different tiers are how hard it is to craft. So iron and lead are tier 1s, steel are tier 2s, and then meteorites and star metal are tier 3. So in order to do meteorite, we have to get meteorite ingots somehow. Now, I am going to be honest with you. I do not know how to get meteorite ingots, so I'm going to mess around with that, and I will be back. Well, I got some bad news. According to the wiki, I'm supposed to take a meteorite block and then add some cobalt, put it in a blast furnace, and it'll work. Now, I have not tried that, but if you look at the recipes, it is not in here. Actually, the only thing that has meteorite would be this one, meteorite powder, and that's to make star metal. I am just not seeing it in here. It's not to say it's not a thing. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. It's just not in the recipe book. Okay. I was getting worried there because when you click on this, it does not tell you how to make it. And then the wiki, I mean, even in here, it doesn't tell you how to make it. So if it doesn't say it in here, it doesn't say it in here, I'm like, God, I hope it's still in the game. It's not removed or, glitched or something. Holy cow, there it is, though. We did it. We have meteorite ingots. We need 10 of them, though. And the problem is we only have 4 of these blocks. Well, 5 technically, including the one we just used. We're going to go ahead and let those smelt. Now, we can craft more meteorite blocks. That is not a problem. It just takes a lot of fragments, but we have a lot of fragments. So we're going to go ahead and create that blueprint. And holy cow, I was nervous. Alrighty, we created the template, and we have a bunch of fragments. If you guys aren't familiar, we got a ton of fragments from our Dodgeball with the Sky episode. I'm going to walk away from that while it goes to town. But you can see it's going to take a while anyway. Oh, man, actually, let's get another battery. That thing is going quick. Here, let's throw that battery in there. There we go. That is a smart thing to do. Let's go ahead and put that in here as well. And then we will recharge that one. Perfect. Alrighty, we even have an extra meteorite block. I figured, why stop it? Oh my God, we had 17 of them. Okay, well, never mind, man. That was for nothing. Oh, well, I don't care. Maybe I should double check my backpack before I go and do crazy stuff. Why would it really be a Nuclear Hearts episode if I didn't screw up at least one crafting recipe? I don't think it would. We do have the 10 meteorite ingots, and that for sure is the way we would have had to have done it. So luckily we did not screw that up. Now, do we need another steel anvil? I don't know if we need another steel anvil. Maybe. We may need a steel anvil to craft this recipe. Let's see. We sure do. Crap. So it did get us in that way. So we need another iron anvil. That is crazy. So let's do it right. All right, we come over here, craft this bad boy like so. Whoops. I see why. It's the progression thing. So you got to come here. You got to take your iron anvil, add 10 steel. There you go. Now you got your second steel. We didn't have to mine that other steel one. We could have kept it there. You put your steel down. You put a steel up here, and it's still not working. Oh, I'm just an absolute fucking jackass. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's good to know. It is good to know. All right. So it's good to know that I am just a clown. I wouldn't want it any other way. So you take an iron one and then you add the 10. I thought it was like a progression thing where you slowly build it up. That is not the case at all. I am just a clown. All right. Let's go ahead. Get rid of these 2 steel anvils. I don't think I'm going to have to craft another iron one. I think we could just survive off of this meteorite one. But here we go. Meteorite one is down, and this is what we are trying to craft. So we need 64 concrete bricks, 128 iron bars, and 5 steam condensers. I don't know if I have the steam condensers, but I should have all the other stuff. I'm going to go ahead and grab all that stuff real quick. Alrighty, good news. We did have the first 2 materials, so we are good there. The bad news is we do not have the steam condensers. I did check, but that is okay. Let's see how difficult they are to craft. That shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, this copper panel is going to be the hardest part, but I think we're going to be good to go there. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of extra copper. Ooh, we have a lot of copper in here. Let's maybe grab a lot of extra copper. How about that? And yeah, we'll just start with this 35. Can I put copper in here? I cannot remember. Oh, okay. Let's see if that mixes with anything, because copper is one of those deals that mixes with damn near everything, I feel like. So before I just put it in all in there willy-nilly, let me see what it does. Ah, yep. See, it made aluminum brass. Yep, that is exactly what I was worried about. We'll put a couple more in. I mean, screw it. We'll make some brass and then see what's left over. I was like, something's not adding up. Molten copper. Yeah, we got 4 ingots of brass, 1 ingot of copper, and it did get rid of my aluminum. So now it should be making copper because all the aluminum is gone. So we should be okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. Let's get sidetracked here a little bit. I can make an ingot shaped thing right there, which I am absolutely going to do. I'll just use iron. Yeah, there we go. We'll use iron, put it down. That way I can just pull ingots out like aluminum so it doesn't mix going forward. Because, yeah, now the copper is doing good. So I can put the rest of the copper in. I should be okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull the gold to the bottom. And I should be able to make, yep, a little thing like this. And it's going to burn up my little iron ingot. But I can pull ingots out just like that now, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and pull the brass to the bottom. Excuse me. Or let's just start pulling brass out of that thing. That is a really pretty colored ingot. Oh my goodness. That may be like the new coolest color out of all the ingots I have. Cool. So we can go ahead and pick that up. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here just so I don't lose it. But now we pulled that aluminum brass out. We won't have to worry about it. I'm going to put it in my backpack because that has nothing to do with the Nuclear Hearts mod, HBM. And I don't want to mess with that right now. But all right, we got 7 blocks of copper. Let's go ahead and pull all of it out. I'm kind of getting sidetracked here. Okay, I think I did it. We are combining different types of iron plates, but thankfully it works. We have 5 steam conductors, and that is it. That is the last piece of equipment I need. I don't even need the assembly machine over there. Awesome. I just need this fancy little anvil here. We come over here to the stack. Oh boy. Okay, and then this. Okay. I remember there's a button you have to click to craft it, and it's this one right here. I always forget that because I think you have to load the stuff. You don't. It's weird. There we go. We have ourselves an auxiliary cooling tower, which I was right. It's a little bit difficult to craft the first time just because you have to go through the whole getting a tier 3 anvil process. Once you have that tier 3 anvil, it's really not that bad. I mean, we can go there, craft more cooling towers. Won't be too difficult at all. I'm going to go ahead and landscape just a little bit. I'm going to knock this hill back a little bit. Just because it's kind of uneven, and this tower is big. It's pretty cool looking too. I love it. All right, now that the tower is completed, I should be able to put it down like that. And you know what? I think I want to move it over 1. I know that's kind of being a pain in the ass, but yeah, that looks a little bit better rather than it being right on the edge there. So now we need the pipes, and we need some low pressure steam pipe. Well, we need low pressure steam pipes. Essentially, we don't need more than one type of pipe, just that one. And that might be bad news. We might be low, if not out of pipes. I cannot remember. Yeah, we only have 2 fluid ducts left that I can find. And it's going to be steel plates with aluminum plates. Okay, we'll craft a few of those. We better go sleep first, though. Alrighty, that part is complete. Now we have to get a low pressure steam identifier. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And for fluid IDs, it's an iron plate plus dye. So let's go ahead and grab those. Iron plate, and then we got to come over here and grab our dye. We're running out of flowers. We've been going right here and grabbing a flower every time we need dye. But we're getting low on them, so we may have to actually go get some dye from my house and bring it over here. Low pressure steam, there it is. Click that, and it is crafted. Cool. So now we can come up here. I don't think we're going to need more than 16. Actually, you know what? Let's just do those two first, and then I think 8 will do. Perfect. We'll do that. And now we should be able to connect these two like this. Let me just make sure I'm doing it right here. Let's go over to the right first. How about that? 1, 2, 3. We even have 3 left over, and it is steaming. It is steaming. Now, this thing holds water. It doesn't hold a whole lot of it, though. So what we need to do now is come back over to here. We can drop this ID off. Let's grab the water one. Let's go ahead and craft these into water. Like so. I may need more. I don't care. We'll craft more when the time comes. But what we need now is a fluid storage type of deal. Now, for the life of me, I can't remember what the hell they're called. Maybe a tank. Let's try a tank. Whoop, if I spell it right. Yeah, right here. Oh, it's actually just called a tank. Look at me go. Oh man, this isn't going to be hard to craft at all. We could probably craft a few of these. So it's 2 steel, 6 steel plates, some big steel shells. That's not going to be difficult at all. We just need a decent amount of steel. You wouldn't believe it. I need another flower. So, yep, we are just pushing these flowers. Let me just pick up 2. How about that? Let's just pick up 2 flowers. We'll have an extra dye over here for when I inevitably need it, because we're tinkering with the HBM mod. So I imagine we're going to need another dye here in a little bit. But all right, we need a tank. So we come into here, type tank, nice and easy. There it is. And we should be good to go. I'm going to put exact change in. By no means do you have to. It's going to be 4, 12, and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. And then I crafted 8 exactly. We should get 2 tanks. I'm only going to need 1 at this very moment. But something else I want to do with the HBM mod, it requires quite a few tanks. So I'm just kind of getting ahead of the curve here. And there we go. I am going to put one of these tanks into here. I kind of want to craft a few more of those, but we'll worry about that here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and put this down. Let's see if I can put it down in a way that doesn't look bad. It's going to be tricky. It'll do. Actually, dude, exact change. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Exact change to get that connected. That was lucky. Now, in theory, here's what should happen. So, if you guys remember the first episode of the HBM nuclear tech mod when we started tinkering with it, we created this solar tower boiler. It's a way that we can generate solar energy. It has an infinite water source. It's pumping water into here. It boils into steam, comes into here. The steam goes right here. This thing turns it into power, which you can see right here, and then turns the steam into low pressure steam. Now, you can't do much with the low pressure steam, at least as far as I'm concerned. I've tried to turn the low pressure steam into another one of these so it can double generate energy. I couldn't get it to work. But what I do is I take the low pressure steam, put it in a cooling tower to where it cools it off, turns it back into water. Since it's an infinite water source over there, that means it is going to be essentially infinite over here. I cannot find a way to pump it out. If there's a way I could pump out the water into like a lake or something, I would. I can't do that for whatever reason. I do not know how. So what I end up doing is I just mine the tank like that. It gets rid of 256,000 MB of water. Once you fill it up all the way, you can break it and then just keep doing that a couple of times. And it kind of just slowly gets rid of water. It takes a while to do. It's kind of annoying. There are better ways in the future to generate power, so we could just kind of do away with this whole process. If you guys have any ways on how to improve this system, let me know. But this is kind of what I do. I just break that, destroy all the water that's in it, let it refill, break it, destroy all the water. But essentially what it does is it keeps this running for a little bit. So, and what's shitty is once this is full, it just keeps generating power and steam. It doesn't really stop. So the best thing you can do is to fill up your batteries or something like this to try to get that power down, because otherwise it's just generating steam and no power, and then you're emptying your water for no reason. But that is not the end of the road here. I'm going to leave that for now just because, like I said, it is kind of pointless what we're doing because it's generating steam and no power, and I'm emptying out the water just for it to generate more steam and no power. Kind of a messy thing right now. Don't want to do that. What we want to do is we got a couple of options, and I've been debating all of them for a little bit now. The first thing is an oil refinery. I really was debating doing an oil refinery. The only problem is I don't know what we could use the oil byproducts and all the materials you get from making an oil refinery. I don't know what we would use that stuff for at this very moment. So as cool as it is, we have a stockpile of oil too. As cool as it is, I think I'm going to wait. Instead, what I think I'm going to do, and I have no clue what it's called, but it is essentially an auto miner for the nuclear tech mod. It might be a drill, now that I think about it. And there it is, an automatic mining drill. Now, it's a little bit more advanced, I'll give it that. But if we crafted like 1 or 2 of these, we could just start drilling behind our home here and start getting material from it. I think that may be cool. So I think I'm going to make the executive decision here, and we are going to craft at least 1 of these auto mining drills. I'm going to aim for 2. I guess we'll see how difficult it is to craft a lot of this stuff. But first things first, we need the blueprint. So let's go ahead and start out there. Auto mining drill. There we go. That is complete. Let's go ahead and swap these bad boys out. Just make sure it is the right one that I put in there. And then we'll just kind of go item by item. So starting out, we're going to need 12 scaffolding and 8 steel ingots. Let's just go ahead and put those 8 steel ingots in there right now. And then I'll go get that scaffolding. Alrighty, 12 steel scaffolding has been acquired. Let's see what is next on the agenda. We need 8 red copper wires and 2 enhanced circuits. Do we have the enhanced ones? We sure do. Oh man, this might be dangerous. We also have the red copper wires. I grabbed 1 too many though, but we are schmoving. There we go. We already have what? Yeah, that's half the items. 2 motors. I do not think I'm going to have 2 of them. I may have 1. I don't see any. Unless they're over here, and they are not. So, all right, we're going to need a couple of motors. Well, I already had 2 ring coils. I was going to make extras anyway, just so the next time I needed motors, it wasn't too difficult. I did make 2 extra motors, I guess. So that's something. I'm going to go ahead and put those up there. All right, I did it. I feel a little bit better. I wanted some extra credit there. But there we go. We got 2 motors. Let's go ahead and put those in. Next on our agenda is going to be 2 high-speed steel ingots. Oh, and we have 2 high-speed steel bolts. All right, so we have the ingots. What are the bolts? Because I saw that was next on the agenda. We only need 2. You know what? Let's craft more. We have the materials. We might as well craft more. Get that extra credit. That way, next time when we're crafting, we already have them. So that's that, and then we're already down to 1 item left, and it is a titanium drill. We're gonna need 2 of these, and this is exactly why you craft extra credit, because all 4 of those steel bolts we need. Yeah, there you go. there you go. Let's just craft 2 new ones, actually. Let's not even use the ones in our reserves. There we go. So now we have those items. Yeah, we need 4 steel ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to keep everything together to keep track of everything. We need 12 titanium plates. Actually, we're going to need 24, right? Yeah. Oh, no, 12. I did my math right. All right, so we need 2 more titanium plate. Actually, I think I kind of screwed myself here. Are we going to... Oh, we can do 1 for 1. Okay, let's just do that. That's easy. Alrighty, we have all 12 titanium plates. Should be good. How did I craft that? It is also in the assembly machine. Oh, that's messy, dude. Okay, it is a titanium drill. Let's look that up real quick. And wouldn't you know it, we need more dye. Oh, okay, yep, here's 3 more red flowers. Let's just grab all 3 of those. There we go. We got the titanium drill. We got a couple of extra dye there. Now, here is the shitty thing. All this stuff we spent all this time putting in here, and we're feeling great about it. We got to pull all of it out because I did it a little prematurely, which sucks. But we can put all of that in there, and we should be able to get 2 drills if my math is correct. There's 1. And number 2 is done. Cool. So now we can swap these back out and we can throw everything back in. Oh, nope, that is a template. I was like, why are there 3? I was a little confused there. Yeah, when you hold shift, it shows you what the template actually is, which is a cool feature. Oh, and my math was not correct. Okay, what did I do incorrectly here? 2 high-speed steel and 2 high-speed steel bolts. So that is what I am missing. Okay, I guess my math was incorrect there. Luckily, right? Extra credit, guys. When you're crafting in these technology mods or mod packs, always craft extra. That's my motto, because you miscalculate, or I mean, every recipe, you're going to need it again at some point. You might as well have extra. There we go. We got 2 automatic drills. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and drop off all the stuff we are not using. And then we grab some red copper cables. Let's go ahead and put that up there as well. And then let's get some chests. Do I have chests inside? Well, here's the deal. I think we're just going to double back. It's going to be kind of annoying the way I'm going to do this. But, well, can I actually? I think I can. I think we're going to be able to take this red copper cable here. We're going to wrap it around our solar panels like this. And then we are going to put our drill right here, I think. Let's put it, yeah, right there. I think that'll be a good place. We should be able to turn it on like that. And did I not connect it to the right place? No, it has to come around front, doesn't it? All right. I think that is correct, right? All right, let me wrap it around the front. Maybe what I did was wrong. I can actually connect it in right there too. Not a bad idea. I am going to do that, but let me move it over one because I don't want it to double connect. I feel like that would annoy me after a little bit. So let's move it. Yeah, right there is perfect. I could do that, and then I should be able to do that, right? Okay, what am I doing? Okay, I'm kind of at a loss. I don't know why this thing's not kicking out energy. I should be able to hook it up front here, and it proceeds to kick out energy, but it's not. I do not know why. It is beyond me. It's not working for that, or I got an electric furnace. I don't really know. The only thing that I can think of is that it's backwards. That is it. The only thing I can think of is that it's backwards. And if that's the case, it's going to be a pain in the ass. But it was backwards this whole time. So when using the HBM mod, when you're using electricity, you got to look for this little brown color, because apparently that's like a copper, like, hey, electricity. Because I'm looking over here, electricity. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. For whatever reason, I placed this backwards, but you could throw steam in through the electricity hole, which doesn't make any sense because it's still working. It was working before, it's working after. But when it comes to electricity with the copper cable, it does not work unless you use that little brown one. That is beyond weird for me. That took me way too long to figure out. Yep, there it is. It's got full power. It is going to town now. That is a very loud piece of equipment too, by the way. So it may not be permanent. I may want to move it to somewhere else. But it's going to be going to town. My God. Let me get over here and speak. That is loud. Oh my God, dude. I spent like 15 minutes trying to figure that out. The only thing I could think of, I was looking at that. I was like, all right, brown color, not. And I was looking at the back. I'm like, circle, circle. And then even over here was a circle like that. And I was looking at the back and I was like, it's a square. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, oh boy. I hope that's not it. Maybe that yellow band going across too symbolizes power. I don't know. None of the other ones have that though. So who knows, man? Kind of finicky. Anytime you play with the tech mod, it's a lot of trial and error. I feel really, really goofy for taking that long to figure that one out. But good news is we got it figured out. I can put other stuff away because I was starting to go a little bit crazy, man. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to put the other drill in here as well. I don't really want to put that one down until we have a for sure place for all of our drills and whatnot. And then we're going to take this chest, and while it's screaming at us, we're going to put this chest down, and it's going to offload everything for us, which is pretty cool, pretty nice. Now, what it is doing is underneath us here, if I dig down, you'll see it is creating a hole down here. It's only a 3x3. It's not a very big hole, unfortunately. But what we can do is we can create upgrades for it. Now, there's a couple of different upgrades we can create for it. It's keeping up with the power, too, man. Credit where credit's due. It is doing a pretty dang good job. That thing's not using a whole lot of power. I am shocked. All right, but the upgrades, we can put them right here in this slot right here. We could do a red, blue, or a green upgrade. Let's go over here and take a look at what those are because I don't want it to be screaming at me. And here you go. Red, green, or blue. So the red one for mining drills will create a speed upgrade, a Mark II speed upgrade. Now there's three different. So there's Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. But red for the mining drill is speed. Green is for radius, 1, 2, and 3, and then blue is for energy or power saving. And you could do this however you want. I mean, if you're creating a buttload of power and you don't really care about time, you could just do 3 radius upgrades would be pretty cool. If you're kind of hurting on power, you could probably do like one of each, maybe just create a little bit faster, a little bit more effective, and save a little bit of energy. What I probably am going to do is like maybe a 1 and 2 for effectiveness, so just the radius gets bigger, and then throw in a power saving one because I don't want to drain the power too much. But the problem is they are kind of expensive to craft. I guess the Mark 1s aren't too bad. We could craft a few Mark 1s. You know what? Actually, we could probably do some Mark... No, we could do Mark 2. So I was going to say we might be able to do Mark 3, and then I saw the dash ingot. I was like, it's a little bit more advanced. May have to do that one another day. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have that. But all right, first things first, let's craft... We need the empty machine grade upgrade template. I was like, what the hell am I even saying? It's going to be 1 steel plate, 4 iron plates, 2 copper plates, and then copper wire. I think I can use the engineer's hammer for all that. It's the only thing about Minecraft or modded Minecraft that can drive me up a wall sometimes is for whatever reason, it's just there's 19 different types of copper. And for whatever reason, the Minecraft grade copper is not going to work. Even though it's an HBM, what is happening here, dude? We have copper plates, industrial grade copper. How do we get industrial grade copper? I don't know. Copper powder turns into it, supposedly. So if we break this down, red copper powder, okay, and it's right back into Minecraft grade copper. Unless I smelted the completely wrong type of copper, but I do not understand how that would even make sense. All right, so copper ore, let's do that one, copper ore. Maybe I did the thermal one, but why is it an HBM nuclear tech mod? I don't know, man. Something very strange is going on with copper. I feel like I found the issue. It's probably I just used the wrong type of copper. Unless this one says micro. No, there it is, industrial grade copper. Okay, so we just got to use the specific copper ore for specific mods. So there's, iron, is across the board, titanium, aluminum. It doesn't really matter what mod it comes from. You can use whatever, but copper, you have to be uber specific. As long as we note that and we know what's going on, that's fine. I mean, we have plenty of copper, so it's not the end of the world. But it is aggravating because I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Copper, industrial copper. Yeah, there's 3 types of copper: thermal, HBM, and immersive engineering. But Minecraft grade copper. What the hell is even Minecraft grade copper? What isn't that every copper in Minecraft? It's all Minecraft grade. It's in Minecraft. I don't know, man. I'm just mad now. What's crazy is we only need 4 copper plates too. It's like we weren't even like hurting for a lot of copper. It was just a whole 14-step process for no reason. And then we need 12 copper wire, normal copper wire, not the fancy stuff. 12 copper wire, and we do have it though, so that's good news. 12 copper wire, so we can get rid of that. We can put that in. We should be able to put those 4 items in and get 2. We're aiming for 2. There we go. Okay, so now that we have 2 blank templates, let's walk over here so I can hear myself think. I'm gonna go for the effectiveness and the power saving. I feel like if we could do a Mark 2 of each, that would be perfect. And let's just start with the Mark 1 of the effectiveness. So it's going to be 4 high-speed steel powder, 6 steel powder, and 4 red copper wires. So let's start with that powder. And I think we can just throw it in the shredder here. Yep, there we go. There we go. We can get that as well. It's a steel blend. Okay. Oh my god. And we have to get a template for every single Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. This is going to be a little bit harder than I thought. It's not hard, it's just grindy, I guess, but my goodness. All right, I mean, we might as well do it right. All right, so for starters, let's type upgrade. There we go. We are going to start with the green one, so let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure all those, spawn. Oops, let me hit the, god damn it, hit the right button here. And there we go. We got 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead. I'm going to need a whole template chest here in a minute. So we got Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. I think we're done with those copper plates, so we can get rid of that. We should be done with this as well. I crafted extra steel plates, too, for some reason. Don't ask me who, what, when, where, or why I would do that. Okay, let's go back into here and go upgrade, and then we're going to do the blue. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to put those right next to these other ones up here. So that should be 1, 2, and 3. And then if I hold shift, you can see I did all 3. Instead of just doing 1 or 2 at a time, might as well do all 3, because if I craft a 1 and 2, I'm going to forget about it and then craft them again sometime for no reason. So we'll just do them all at the same time there. Easy peasy. And then we'll just grab the one we need. So we should get a Mark 1 here. We should be able to go into here. And in theory, that won't work because I'm missing something. What am I missing? 6 steel powder. That's going to be it. You think because you take steel. I mean, I guess I took steel from the thermal mod. Okay, so steel's going to be uber specific too now. See, here's what annoys me, man, because look at this. This is what is actually annoying me about this mod pack right now. So if I take steel from the HBM Nuclear Tech mod, look at all the steel I have. 9 steel from the HBM Tech mod. No, it goes to a thermal foundation block. Because why would it do that? Why would it go to a thermal foundation block? You can turn HBM into thermal, you can't turn thermal into HBM. So now what I have to do is basically all this steel I have up here that I've been stockpiling, basically useless for all my projects that I want to do, because for whatever reason it goes one way but not the other way, even though it's all steel. But luckily I had some left over, so now I can come back down to here. And I could probably, what did I need, 8? Was it 8 that I needed? 6. I only need 6. But it's powder, so I mean, well, let's see. Let's see if it turns it into powder here. Nope, because it turns it into thermal, because why wouldn't it? Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. Oh wait, unless I'm just the jackass. No, it still doesn't work. It doesn't matter because it's thermal. I was going to say I didn't have the machine upgrade kit in there, which is required. Yeah, it's 1464. So how do we get steel powder? Oh, we can turn satellite dishes into steel powder? Ooh, and the tape recorders. Let's do a satellite dish. Let's grab a couple of, we got a ton of those. We'll grab a couple of satellite dishes. Actually, I think I have a backpack on me with some of those in there. Oh, yeah, we do. Good stuff. Oh, boy. We don't have as many as I thought. We'll just grab 2, just because steel powder is being difficult. That's the only thing that annoys me, is I'm using HBM steel in an HBM piece of equipment, and it's popping out thermal. But if I use... okay, I guess I use furniture and stuff or objects, and that's okay, but what a shit show, man. What an absolute... Yeah, and it has to be this type of steel powder. What an absolute shit show. That is what we got going on here in the Nuclear Heart series in episode 38? 38 are we? I don't know. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. But alright, we got an effectiveness now. So we should be able to throw it into there, and here soon we should see this block despawn right there. I'm just going to kind of put this here. It should, in theory, do it at some point. Unless it starts doing it at the place it is down there. And that may kind of be a shit show. Let's see what it's gotten so far. I'm curious. Okay. Oh, it's already down to redstone level. Look at that. We got some titanium crystals. That's doing a pretty dang good job, man. All right. Against my better judgment, we are going to try to create a power-saving upgrade kit as well. Oh, this one might be easier. Yo, this one's going to be way easier, actually. Up till the polymer bar. The polymer bar we will need to go a little bit more advanced. So we're just going to do a 1 upgrade. But 4 lapis, 6 glowstone, 4 red copper wires. That should actually be relatively easy. Let's go ahead and do the old swapperoo. We got the Mark 1 here. Take that one out, put that one in. We can put this one back. Let's go grab all the material we need. Alrighty, we got 4, 6. Let's put the blank one in, and I think it was just 4 wires, right? No, why would it be that easy? Oh, it's lapis powder, dude. Oh my goodness. Well, if I put a lapis lazuli thing in here, is it going to give me iron? No, it's actually going to give me powder. Look at us go, man. Oh my goodness, something went our way for once. Holy cow, that makes me happy. Thank goodness. Now we can put it in, and now it'll work. We're going to have to move that drill away from our house. The only problem is there's like a pond behind our house. And this was kind of just like a trial by fire moment. Like, that's not the permanent place for that drill. But it is way too loud for me. It may not be super loud for you in editing, but for me, man, it is screaming in my headphones. That is insane. But all right, here we go. Upgrade number 2, a power saving kit. That is awesome. So here it is. Bad news. Steam's full again, so it's not generating power. So we have to come back over to here and break this. And unfortunately, I'm probably going to be doing this for the next 5 to 10. So I guess I will be back when that is done. Yeah, it's just too dang full. Because if you let the steam over here fill up, you're just screwed. It's not going to generate power, and that drill is going to absolutely kill your power generation, which is not something you want. Now, some of you guys may say, and completely valid, right? Completely valid. There is a bigger tank than this one. This one is relatively small in terms of HBM nuclear tech. There's a bigger one called the Big Ass Tank 9000. Now, this one's not too incredibly hard to craft. The hardest thing is going to be right here. And it's not, I don't want to say it's doable right now. I mean, it's not doable right now. I'm going to say it. It really isn't. We have a long ways to go in order to get here. First things first, we need depleted uranium fuel, which means we have to go and either find or craft uranium fuel and then use it in a nuclear power plant. And then it's this whole process. We're not going to be able to do that for a while. It is something that I want to start chasing. But we're definitely also not going to do it here. Our nuclear power plant's going to be far from our home because if I have a meltdown or anything crazy, that will be really, really, really bad. And it's crazy to think I'm almost on episode 40, and I really haven't gone down the nuclear tech route a whole lot. There's been so much that has gone on, so much exploring, so much like normal vanilla Minecraft or like light modded activities that we really have not gone down the nuclear tech route. And I do plan on doing it more. Hopefully it's not one, every 15 episodes, kind of like it has been. It's been pretty bad. I apologize. We haven't done a whole lot of with the nuclear tech. You think a series called Nuclear Hearts, we do a little bit more with nuclear tech, but we will be going forward. I don't know what we're going to do next episode, but, that big-ass Tank 9000 is on the agenda list. Don't you worry. And sounds like our drill is done. So I wonder if it hit bedrock. Oh, yeah, it did. Oh, yeah, 100%. That hit bedrock. All right, so what we can do now is we can assume that the upgrade did not work until... Well, let's bounce down there. Let's see if we can. Oh, did the upgrade work? It looks like the upgrade did work at the very bottom as it was already pretty much done, which is a bummer. So what we can do now is put that block there, place that there, and we should be able to add those two items now. And now it should be mining right here. Yep, you hear it mining the dirt, so it's going to knock me down a block here in just a moment. There it goes. So you can see, slowly but surely, it's going to do this extra layer. I had a bad feeling that it wasn't going to work unless I reset it, and that's exactly what happened. Now, another crappy thing, though, I think it's only going to work where I broke the drill. That gray block right there, that's part of the drill. So once it connects to the other drill, I think it's just going to freeze up again. That's okay. We'll probably move it. I'll probably send a wire out straight this direction and start mining out in the forest over here. I want it to be away from my house. I don't want to listen to that. That is really annoying. Like, yeah, I could mine this out, clear this little patch out here. We could do a drill here or something. I think that'll work out. So the drill's silent. It's acting like it's not moving, but it is definitely moving. So that's probably the best case scenario. I'm just going to let it do that. I mean, look at that. We've already gotten 5 iron, some copper. We've gotten lapis back. It's almost paid us back for all the stuff we've spent. Not really. We've spent a lot of material today, but it is doing good. You get a couple of those going in the background. It'll slowly get you materials and kind of pay itself off over time. As long as you can generate the electricity, that's kind of the killer. It appears, as of right now, with one of those drills running, I am still generating more electricity than I am using, which is good because I could use this assembly machine. I could probably use a chemical plant. I could probably use a few other pieces of equipment, and I think it'll be about even. If I could keep this above 60 million, I think I'd feel safe, have 50 million power in reserves, 50, 60 million power in reserve. Right now, it is almost too high. I wish there's something else I could use real quick. I could probably set that other drill up. Now that I think about it, I could probably get that other drill going just to get it going. Because the worst case scenario is this thing is full on power and it's just generating steam and no power. That would be worst case scenario because then that means me emptying this tank 100 times is doing absolutely nothing. And you know what? We are going to do that. We're going to set up that other drill over there, just like I had mentioned. This one's loud again, but it is functioning. This one's not going to have any upgrades either, but that's not the biggest deal in the world. I don't really care. We got 2 of them running, though. I'm going to break this. I'm just going to bounce over there. Can't be bothered. All right, there we go. We got 2 drills running. Let's see what it's doing to power. Even if it's slowly decreasing, I'm fine with that. It's actually holding steady. 98.28. It is holding its own. That's good. No, that is actually really good. To know that I can run 2 of those at the same time like that, and they're both doing just fine, is great news. And this one's got upgrades too. It does have a power saving upgrade. I could get rid of that for right now. I know that kind of seems like an oxymoron. It seems dumb. It seems redundant to do that, but you know, I do 98.3. Is it going down? Was it 98.2? I can't even remember what it just was. We'll just remember 98.3. And I'll come back and check it in a minute. It might slowly be going down. It might slowly be going up. But that is okay in my book. There we go. We just got to keep getting rid of the water. It's almost halfway. 98.31. So it is very slowly still going up. Okay, wow. Oh, I'm going to do a little bit more, I think. Alrighty, we went and crafted 6 more empty machine upgrade templates. I don't know if I'm going to use them all right now, but I figured, well, I got the template in the assembly machine. Jeez, I couldn't think of the name of it. I might as well craft a few extras. Let's go with the effectiveness route. Let's craft some effectiveness ones. Of course, I got to deal with the steel again, but I guess it'll be fine. I'll deal with it. All right, so we have some good news. We can actually use the steel blend and tungsten powder. So the steel blend that won't work for HBM for some reason, it does in some aspects or some situations. It'll work, but it'll work in high-speed steel for whatever reason. There we go. We got 12 just like that. I think I need 16, so I'm not quite there. My blades broke, but I was breaking up tungsten. That is okay. I think it's just going to be iron plates, is it not? I think so. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that. Put these up here. Oh, why is there a glitch? There, I was going to say I've only put 4 up there, but there was 6 for some reason. That was a little weird. All right, yeah. Oh, man, we do not need that much tungsten. We'll do like a couple extra, I guess. But, yeah, that was a lot. But, yeah, we found a use for the steel blend. I was getting worried that it was just going to be worthless, but I guess it's going to be useful to make high-speed steel. I don't think I'm going to need that many. Let's see. But I think it's just 2. We've been going for extra credit all day, haven't we? Let's do the right item. There we go. Yeah, we've been going for extra credit all day. Why stop now? Throw all that up there. And then should be able to put that in right. Yep, so that's 4 times 4. And then steel powder. I got to do that again for whatever reason. And, yep, to get steel powder, I'm going to have to go back to Old Reliable. And we are going to break up. Ooh. Yo, actually, wait a minute. Because steel pipes is going to be 3 steel blocks. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We may have found a way around it. See, this is why I'm happy I kept going now, because I was getting ready to call it an episode, but I wanted to do a little bit more. Once again, these steel blocks, these steel ingots here are the problem. I have some right here. But for whatever reason, they're not letting me create HBM stuff, even though they're all from HBM materials and items. They switch to thermal, and they can't go from HBM to thermal back to HBM. I think I've kind of explained that in a good way. But if I use these steel blocks from thermal to craft an HBM item, like steel pipes, now, mind you, it's 3 blocks, so 3 times 9 is 27. We're going to take that, bring it over to here, put it in here, and these steel pipes are going to give us 27 steel powder back into HBM. So technically, we went HBM, thermal, and then thermal back to HBM. There just had to be an extra crafting recipe in the middle. That is awesome. I'm going to do that several times, actually. Are you kidding me, dude? Because, yeah, fuck that. Let's get all these back to HBM. But steel's the most valuable in HBM. I don't know why I would need that much in thermal. I really don't. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get that going. Oh, yes, sir. We found a way around it. I'm going to get more, too, dude. Are you kidding me? There we go. I don't care if that's too much. So now, going back into here, 6 times 4 is 24, and we are good by 3. So we should be able to put the steel powder into here, put a blank one of those in, and that is going to be going like that. And I am going to put all of this extra steel powder into here. Hell, we could probably put it all up into there, because I think we are done with all that stuff. But then we just swap that out like that. And there we go. We have 4 more effectiveness 1 upgrades. Holy cow, if I can talk. And I am curious. Here, let's try this. Let's try this, because I don't think this one's going to be too deep. Let's break this. Let's break it like that. Let's do this. How far? Ah, it's pretty far. Ah, dang it. Yeah, it is pretty far. That's going to be too far for me to bounce out of here. Oh, boy, I should have thought about that first. Shouldn't I have? Well, here's what we can do. How about this? Oh, I missed. That's okay. There we go. That's a good little iron chunk right there, too, by the way. I like that. All right, here we go. Now we should be able to bounce out. It's going to mine this dirt for me at some point. What is taking damage? A bird just died. It's like something's taking damage, man. I don't know what it is, but alrighty. And actually, let's go ahead and put that dirt block I just put away. Let's go ahead and put it back right here. We are going to put that into there like that, and we're going to put 3 of... I put them in the wrong place. Let's put 3 of these Mark 1 upgrades in. And ooh, actually, this might be a bad idea. Yep. Okay. It's kind of a bad idea. Yeah. Actually, it just killed itself. It just killed itself. It mined its own power supply. It was going so far. I was like, wait a minute, this might be a bad idea, because it's on top of a hill, so it's going to absolutely destroy this hilltop, including its own power source. So we just, for the first time in Nuclear Hearts history, we just had a robot kill itself, and that is funny. It's really funny to me, dude. That is actually hilarious. All right. But there we go. It is going to destroy this hilltop. Absolutely mangle it. I should probably lower it to the ground a little bit, but oh well. Yeah, see, look at it go. I don't know how far out it's going to go. I don't even know if it's going to get the trees or not, to be honest with you. It might get the trees. All right, cool. That is going. Before we go too much further, let's, you know what? We got one there too. I don't think this one's running though. There we go. Let's break that like so, and it says it's running, so that should reset it one more. Yep, I hear dirt breaking, so it just reset it one more time. Let's see how we're doing in power now. 98.09, 98.08. It is decreasing, not rapidly though. You got to think that's going to take it quite a while to decrease all the way down to 0, so that is good. Worst case too, I just remove 1 or 2 of those upgrades, probably from the closer one even, and that will be fine. We are still doing okay with the steam. And with that, I think that's going to be it for this episode in HBM. Hey guys, I have a surprise for you, or a little extra credit objective as well. Funny enough, while I was recording this episode, someone commented and requested this. And I was thinking about it last episode. I realized I had collected a bunch of a certain type of CD, and I had never played it before. So I feel bad for that. So we're going to go ahead and play it. Let me go ahead and grab that steel, put it in here. I'm just trying to clean up my mess, because we all know I am not the greatest at organization. But all right, let's go ahead and let those things do their thing there. Let's go grab a jukebox and CD, and I will be back. Alrighty, I am back. I'm bouncing to a secure location, kind of away from my house. This is an HBM CD, so on the off chance it does something stupid, I didn't want it to be in my own backyard. That is why I came all the way out here. I had to pick up those eggs. They're going to give me that many eggs just like that. They're still dropping eggs. My goodness. Look at all these eggs. All right, I got distracted there. But cool, yeah, so we found a couple of these music discs. Some context or some backstory. So if you watch my previous episodes, you probably know where we got them, or you'll remember once I tell you here. If you have not seen the series, if you have no clue where I got it, there was like these weird underground buried pods. We found a couple of them. We found one in a tree. We found some on hillsides. But inside every single one of these pods, there's one item, and it's this music disc. And it's question mark, question mark, question mark. I have no clue what it is, what it could be. I didn't check the wiki. I was talking about it in a previous episode. I was like, I'm going to go check the wiki. I did not. So I'm a little nervous, but let's see what it is. Well, there you go. Nothing crazy happened. I was looking around because I was worried something crazy would happen, but There you go. I do not know the name of that song, but you got like a little orchestra type song there. I was afraid like a fucking meteorite was gonna come and smite me, dude. Like knowing this mod and the creators, they're a bunch of trolls, dude. So 100% I was expecting to get smited or something there. I was nervous. But there, yeah, there we go. We finally listened to that CD. We have like 5 or 6 of them at this point, and there you go. Thank you for reminding me. And well, with that, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We've renamed some villages. Don't forget, if you have any ideas, names, hell, if you want to name a village after yourself, that's fine by me. Just let me know in the comments. And tinkered with the HBM a little bit more. Expect more of that in the future. And I think we're going to... Oh, my God. I broke that. I picked up the assembly machine somehow. And a blood moon's rising. Oh, my God. What is happening? Okay, we got to go back one. All right, my goal is to get this... You slut. Back. There we go. Back connected. All right, what a weird time for end of an episode, man. It's getting chaotic here. All right, we're gonna end it. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna sort my inventory a little bit. Wait out this blood moon, but the episode is over. All right, once again, I hope you guys did enjoy, man. Give me those names, recommendations, anything like that. And as always, thank you for supporting, and I will catch you all in the next one.